Welcome to Fright Bites, a mini-series from the Haunted UK podcast. Over the years, you've trusted us with your true paranormal experiences, stories that chilled us, unsettled us, and stayed with us long after the episodes ended. In Fright Bites, we bring you the very best short-form listener submissions we've ever received, hand-picked, stripped down, and told in their most terrifying form. These are short stories. Real accounts. No filler, no distractions, just a single moment where something unexplained stepped out of the shadows and into someone's life. So dim the lights, get comfortable, and brace yourself. My name is Andrew, and this event took place in late February 1987. It was still cold, and it was getting dark early. At the time, my best friend and I spent most of our free time together. We were usually out on our mountain bikes or playing golf. We both had half sets of clubs, and whenever we could, we'd go out with his dad to play on local courses, usually on a Saturday afternoon. His dad made an incredible homemade beef curry that would be cooking all day. After we ate, we'd sit watching TV or a video with the family, and I'd normally stay over. One Saturday, his dad was called into work. So instead we took our bikes, a single 9-iron each, and some golf balls and rode up to our school field. When we couldn't get onto a course, we'd spend hours hitting balls around the field. It was huge and completely empty. After a couple of hours, we headed back to his house and carried on with our usual routine. Curry, a video, and then bed. I slept on a camp bed on the opposite side of his room, right in front of the wardrobe. We lay there talking for a while, laughing, and eventually fell asleep. Sometime in the early hours, I was woken by my friend mumbling in his sleep. I couldn't make out the words, but he sounded distressed. A moment later, he suddenly shot upright, wide awake. I asked him if he was all right. He told me he just had a very strange dream. In the dream, he was alone on the school field. It was a bright, sunny day, and he was hitting golf balls, just like we had earlier. But when he struck one shot, he heard a heavy thud. When he looked up, he saw a huge ship sitting on the grass, as if it were floating on water. He said it was red along the bottom and white above, with the bridge and cabins clearly visible. There was large writing along the side, though he couldn't remember what it said. He could see people walking around on the decks. Then the ship began to tip. It slowly rolled onto its side. There were loud crashing sounds. People were screaming. That was when he woke up. Neither of us knew what to make of it, and by the morning we'd more or less forgotten about it. Around 2 weeks later, on the 6th of March 1987, a ferry left Zeebrugge harbour in Belgium. Shortly after departure, it capsized. The ship rolled onto its side and came to rest on a sandbank, stopping it from sinking completely. It was red along the bottom and white on the top, with large writing along its side. Inside, vehicles broke loose and smashed into one another as the ferry tipped over. 193 passengers and crew lost their lives. When I later saw footage of the disaster, the connection was immediate. The ship, the colours, the people on the decks, the way it tipped onto its side. My friend had described it all, 2 weeks before it happened. We never really spoke about the dream again. Life just carried on, but all these years later, it's never left me, and I still don't know what to make of it. All the best, Andrew. That brings us to the end of this Fright Bite. A real experience, shared by one of our listeners, and one that proves that the line between the ordinary and the unexplained is sometimes terrifyingly thin. If you've had an encounter of your own, or if something from your past still refuses to be explained, we'd love to hear it. Send your stories into contact us at hauntedukpodcast.com. Until next time, keep your lights low and your doors locked, because if you think you're alone right now, You might want to think again.